So welcome to what I thought it was the monkey business show. We decided to start recording and then Johan started watering the plants. So I guess we're going to all watch it live. I actually watched this Mr. Beast video that he did. He did a podcast and he talks about how the retention of the audience drops the moment that there is something that is not exciting happening on the screen or the moment that the story is not progressing. I wonder how our retention is going to be with this going on.
Yeah, I don't think, I think that's a good case to illustrate that because not much is happening right now.
Yep.
If at least we could see him water the plants.
Yeah. You want to cast it like this is a Dota game? So he's going for the water. He's pouring the water.
I don't even. Oh, there you go. There you go. He's changed the. What is that called in English? The thing you water the plants with? Or you don't know either?
No. Regadera.
He's changed it. Yeah, he has different ones. He has more of these than he has plants, which I don't know is the right way.
I felt like the plants were like self-water by themselves. Oh, hello.
You think he feeds them Red Bull?
Yeah.
Feed them Red Bull.
Dude, we already started the podcast.
That's how you get the best plants. That's how you get the best plants, Ceb, yes.
Yeah. That's why my plants don't grow.
So now this is crawling up now the water is crawling up here to water the ones up there.
Oh, dude,
I came to the conclusion I fed them the wrong Red Bull. That it's not the flavor they like. But I haven't found the one they like. I've tried many now.
We're actually recording this whole time. This is part of the podcast. Well, welcome to another episode. Today we have Ceb back. Ceb, what's up, dude? We made you like a host, official host, and then you bounced. You know, let's see how this goes.
Well, I'm back. And that's what matters, isn't it?
You're back. I think I heard that one a lot of times, that you're back.
As far as I'm concerned, I've never left. Yeah, I even saw the true site memes about the last ride.
We have nothing to lose once again. We came here where we should already be so proud of what we're doing, you know? So don't think about anything. At the end of the story, it has been written already. It's us winning.
We're going to find out if we are going to have a 5th game to the series. It is time.
Who does that? Do you think? I read it was Slacks. Was it Slacks?
Dude, how much more obvious would it have to be
that it's
before you'd see, Slacks wrote this. Like, what other human being would write these sentences? Like, no other human being I know would write them. So
okay, fair enough.
Either he has a twin or it's him.
Okay, then I suppose it's him.
Yeah,
good one. It's funny though.
I haven't watched True Side.
Really funny.
Yeah, but for you guys, how was this True Side?
No, it's like it was the True Side Insights.
Because they did the re-release. Yeah.
No, I get it. But have you seen the new True Side? You know, the one with the spirit.
I have.
Johan, so I'm halfway through. Yeah. I haven't finished yet because I've had a week. When I had friends over and I saw it on YouTube, I started watching, and people didn't really want to watch with me.
Well, that didn't stop me. Pretty much the same thing happened, but I went all the way.
I see. Yeah, it was 1.5 hours, you know, when I saw it, I was like, oh, nice. Like, I could probably make this right now, like 30 minutes, 45, 1 hour. But
it's very long.
1.5 hours. Like, yeah. So what I saw so far was like incredible. Really good. I'm not excited for the end because I feel so bad for Ame. At least I think I know how it ends.
Yeah.
What about you, Ceb? How do you like it? Is it better than ours?
It's not a good question to ask. I mean, I think it's really good. I saw comments from the Team Spirit guys saying that they felt like there was too much caster time being used instead of player insights, which I could agree with. But I think it's a production choice where they're trying to build the full story. So I think there's there's a pretty good balance, I would say, between gameplay, between drafting, between players talking, casters talking, backstage. You kind of get everything, I would say.
I read a lot of places that they really wanted more of the panel.
Yeah, they didn't put a lot of panel. There was very little. Oh, you're trolling. Okay.
I was saying that I read a lot of people wanted more of the panel in the True Side. Yeah.
Okay.
Drafting panel. Yeah.
Smart people out there.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of agree with them, you know.
Of course. Who doesn't? But no, I mean, it was good. I think what was incredible was the animated pieces. You've seen some? But if you're not all the
Yeah,
way
yeah,
through,
yeah,
you've
the
missed some crazy ones.
SFM. No, I think I saw most of them just off of Reddit,
Oh, okay.
or like Twitter and stuff. Like people were linking a lot of them, and like so they were the ones I haven't seen. There's the Tinker one, like oh my god.
Yeah, the tiny
Kinda
is the
accurate.
one, the big
And
one.
the Tiny I saw on Twitter, yeah,
Yeah.
the one where they kill him at the game
Yeah,
5.
that is amazing, man. Makes me wonder how would a Dota movie look like. Would be so cool.
Makes
Mhm.
me wonder
But
how
yeah.
those a Dota movie would look like, and why do we have Dragon's Blood like that? You know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, there's a few things to probably do
So look,
with more SFM.
But I was super surprised at how I didn't expect the LGD to be like that. I mean that in a very positive way. Of course, I knew how good they were at the game, but you never get insights on how they interact with each others and how they treat games, and I think that was very pleasant to watch.
I would agree. I think the LGD we saw was very wise, very smart. Like they had experience with him. You could see. I think Shawade was very important for them. I also felt like, I mean, it's also just the beginning because I've seen half. Like when they started that finals day, they're trying to pump themselves up while also trying to establish like respect for the opponent. It really felt like they maybe were battling some forces like that day, you know,
Yeah.
LGD back in the finals against a team that shouldn't be there. And you know, like plus then I don't know why they didn't feel so hyped. Like they don't have the crowd with them either, which I think would have helped a lot, like having the crowd there as a team who's maybe more tired or having a harder time getting pumped right away. But hey, they were the ones who take the 2 first games, so what do I know? Maybe they should have just closed it.
I think we can do like a True Side watch party, you know, when we actually all of us watch True Side. Because I feel right now Ceb is the only one that have seen it, so we should come back with a
Would
True
be
Side
hype,
watch
yeah.
party.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Be
and
pretty hype.
Backseat the true sides, yeah.
so I have a few topics for today. So first topic that I have is TI. So the way that we're gonna organize this TI is that the 5 players and Chu are gonna be the team of 6. Chu will be on the main stage with the rest of the boys, and Ceb is gonna be working as the analyst and as the psychologist per se with the rest of the team. So the team is gonna be the 5 and Chu, and Ceb will be the one taking over that last spot because the last one is obviously the manager. Okay, so let's explain a little bit more how things are gonna work for the OG camp. You know, so what is gonna be your role, Ceb, into the team? When are you flying there?
So I'm gonna be flying there we're Thursday in 2 days. Basically giving them time to build what they would have built if they were completely on their own, which at the end of the day is really important because they're going to be there by themselves when the games of course are going to start and in game, and you know when really in the decisive moments they're going to be by themselves, so they need to it's a way to make sure that it's 150% things that they really believe in, that they like, and that they feel comfortable with. And then my role would be more to build on top of that, or to help them perfect it, or maybe even help them understand the flaws of how they view the game and what they want to do in the tournament, as well as of course understanding other teams, and just that is the Dota part. And of course there's going to be the mental part, which is, you know, this is TI and it comes with a lot of different mindset challenges, but that's more of an on-site kind of help. The other one was more for the bootcamp. So yeah, it's gonna leave us with a good 2 weeks together, which is much more than enough to do. Maybe not much more than enough, but which is enough to do all these things.
And then this time we're not bringing Mia.
And it's hype.
Not bringing Mia. We're bringing Ceb.
No, yeah, I shall do the therapy myself.
No, it's quite a different year, I guess, in some senses. Like, I mean, last year it was also COVID TI, so that was also very different TI from others. But this year there's only also 8 people allowed with the group, and since it's so restricted and stuff, like we don't really know how restricted things will be. Also, you know, there was no space for sports psychologists. There's not even space for me. Sad. So I'll be there later. And I'm gonna be hopefully I get a TI ticket as well. Hopefully I'll be there as a spectator cheering. But yeah, I'm of course always there for the guys too, and whatever. I think Ceb also has some interesting challenges ahead of him. I think for the guys who have the first TI, like for most of them, you go there and the amount of the stupid questions that I'm sure that they're gonna hear, which always comes around, you know, TI is a bunch of media, there's a bunch of like this and that. I think I wish I would be there to see it. It's like, so are you gonna lift the Aegis again? And then like they're gonna ask a bunch of silly questions to these guys, and they're gonna have to, you know, find ways to not let these things get to them. I mean, now they also get to watch the latest true side. Like Dota is a mental game. So yeah, even though scrims or theory or practice might be going well, that doesn't mean TI is going to be good for you. You could really, you're always one corner away from crash and burn. Yeah.
So what do you think?
I
is
wish
the
I was
biggest
there to see
challenge
it.
they have? What is the biggest challenge you think they have ahead of themselves? Ahead of them, the team. Come on, they arrive there. They're already boot camping in Malaysia. And then what?
I think it's like if they can get to the level that they've been playing throughout the year without getting any like mental like distractions is good. I don't even know if it's good enough for TI. You know, people do turn it up for TI, so you're gonna need to at least play your very best, but then also have that mental fortitude, have the shield, have like don't let things get to you. Like one thing is interviews, the other thing is crowd, the other thing is like this and that. So I would say this is like probably interesting challenges for them since it will be a first. But yeah, like in other words, I think getting in the zone and staying there and not letting all these things take you out of the zone is probably the challenge. Because if they get there, it's just Dota.
So the only person that has also TI, I think, is Taiga, right? Taiga went that famous gyrocopter pick on the main stage. So he doesn't really have experience on a deep run of TI when he was with Alliance.
I mean, Misha went as a coach with us.
Of course,
but that's it. Yeah.
Oof, but how different is like, because Misha had an experience of COVID without crowd, without audience. This is going to be very different.
Yeah, I mean, of course, yeah, it would be very different. I mean, already playing versus coaching is very different, and crowd, no crowd. There, yeah, surely there's going to be a big difference for him. No doubt about it. But at least he got the vibe of what it can feel like and the event and stuff. So at least he won't get surprised by any of that. Because I think the event was somewhat similar, even though there was no crowd, because you had to go to the venue, you had to do a lot of different things. So it's always a good experience to get, yeah. But yeah, only Tommy. The three others are completely, they're TI virgins.
TI noob.
I guess I could say. Yeah. TI noobs, yeah. So that's funny.
I actually kind of wait. I was trying to figure out if we would scream Tobias. I don't know. It hasn't happened yet on the screams.
Yeah, let me check if it's scheduled. I don't think it is actually.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it isn't, right?
Ah, okay. Yeah.
I haven't seen the T1 scrims.
I haven't.
Scheduled. Let me see.
I have an ability arena scheduled with Anna later.
There's none actually. There's none. And then they patched. They patched actually.
Yeah, they did a patch, but it was small, right?
I mean, hopefully it's the last one. Yeah.
I just felt like it was too small. I was hoping for something a little more.
Yeah. There's some interesting things, but probably can't elaborate too much. We're a bit close to TI. But
yeah, I feel that we're going through different topics and we can actually not talk about any of these topics. All right, so let's figure out, what can we talk about? What should we talk about, boys?
Expectations. I mean, we can talk about last chance qualifier. I think that's hype.
Okay, let's do that. Last chance qualifier. How do you see this? And why is it Topias?
Okay. I mean, actually, do you know the groups have been released? So I don't know if you guys checked them.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, the schedule and the groups are released.
For last chance or for
group A?
For last chance, he's saying.
By the way, is this live or like as in offline or
yeah,
online?
It's offline. They're flying there.
Okay. Because the Navi players and the outsider players are still playing pubs.
Yeah, I
VP.
don't. They're probably not gonna go there, I guess, to boot camp. You know, I can imagine a lot of teams
Okay.
don't commit to like a boot camp for this.
Dude, I cannot believe like Wildcard Gaming is gonna be playing. It's crazy. The names of the play. I think a lot of players. That's what I mean with some regions. Like sometimes, like no disrespect to these players, but I think there's a lot of players out there that are gonna watch that team and are gonna be like, why the hell do I not get to compete if they do?
Where's their position
but
two
yeah.
on Liquipedia? Wildcard Gaming. They only have a
don't
team
have
of
one.
4.
I think yeah, they ranked them. They ranked them with the regions from what I see. But so the groups are Group A, Navi, Nouns, Polaris, Team Secret, Tempest, Vici Gaming, and Group B, Infamous, T1, Team Liquid, VP, Wildcard Gaming, and Extreme Gaming.
Oof.
It's hard to pick which group is the most stacked. I think to me it depends a lot on Infamous. Yeah, I would say B. It depends on Infamous. I don't know how strong they are. I think they're the best team in SA
So
out of
would
the.
you put Polaris as like a strong team or what? Well, who are you
Yeah.
putting strong on A?
Polaris
Secret,
is
Navi?
decent. I mean, yeah, I think Secret, Navi. I mean, Vici is not bad.
And Vici,
Definitely,
yeah.
Vici is good. Vici is pretty decent. Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
They
maybe
beat
A
IG.
then. Yeah, maybe A.
Yeah. No, I think B. I think B. I agree with you. I think B is more stacked.
I mean,
Because
it depends on Infamous, like you say, because I don't know. They could also be.
yeah, but Extreme is super strong. Like super strong. Like Extreme is insane. They're probably the favorites to win it all.
Yeah, I see him as PYW, Old 11, Paparazzi. Okay, no, yeah.
I think Extreme and VP might be very strong. Liquid could be super strong too. Tier 1 could be very strong. So you have 4 teams that are contenders, clear contenders.
I just hope that when it's Anna Podge time and they're maybe not doing so well or they need a win, I just hope I don't see him missing hooks, you know? Like, that's going to break my heart for some reason. This is
Have
my
you seen
nightmare.
Anna? And he's playing on Dying +1.
Yeah, bro. Like, no. It's time to stop. It's time to go back to Anna Morph and Anna Spectre, please.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, we'll see. Maybe they have other things cooked for the actual thing. But yeah, Group B looks pretty stacked. Yeah, Group A, I don't know. To me, I mean, I don't know much about Tempest, to be honest. And Nouns have been surprisingly good. They actually have brought some big upsets. So we'll see.
And Secret didn't look as strong as, you know, they could have in the European qualifiers. So I would tend to say that Group B would probably, yeah.
You know, I feel how for Secret and Nigma, the not attending these majors have hurt their drafting a lot. I feel like they're not on par with some of the other teams when it comes to valuing the right heroes. And I think it shows because I think, you know, obviously you get to these big tournaments and you get to play all the teams from all over the world and you play them a lot throughout the tournament. And also I think you just, for some reason, you dissect the meta better when you're there than when you're online, even though you watch everything for some reason. I don't know. I think that hurts them because I think that was the biggest thing for them during the qualifiers. So if that gets fixed, I wouldn't be surprised seeing them strong again, like as strong as they looked in Riyadh. Because that was the last time where I think they looked very dominant and people were like, wow, okay, Secret's going to be there this year.
So who are the 2 choices that you make? Who are your 2 picks to make it?
Oh, it's only 2, right?
Yeah, only 2 teams, bro.
Wow. What the hell? Oh my god, 10 teams, all of these are gonna go home.
That's some quick math.
Yeah, very quick. 2 favorites?
Yep.
Well, I'm gonna go with Extreme Gaming.
Okay.
That is one. And then I need to pick another one.
Yep.
Well, I gotta pick T1. Like,
yeah.
I refuse to pick anybody else. So
For the memes.
Now, Extreme and T1. Sorry for the others, but you're not getting in.
I would say the same.
But okay, so my pick is, do I have to pick T1? Is like because we're cheering for them because we honestly believe that they're gonna make it? That's the question.
I mean, okay, I don't believe they will make it. I believe they can make it.
Okay.
No, but obviously I'm more confident in Extreme Gaming than I am in T1 right now. But they can, for sure. But if you talk about like teams that are maybe a little bit more favored, Extreme, maybe VP. I mean, I wanted to say Liquid, but they've been disappointing so many times in a row now that I don't think they're favorites at this point anymore.
I thought VP looked really good at some points during the qualifiers.
I
Some
mean,
points.
they did until they
Yep.
faced Daxak.
And then that was it.
And then he reminded them who's the boss.
Well, my picks, I'm going to go for... I actually like VP and Secret.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like a lot of the Chinese team that you guys are mentioning, but honestly, I don't know them enough to just pick them. I think VP and Secret could come out triumphant from here. I mean, it just depends what Secret shows up, There's some Secret that is stronger than the other one, And when they show up, maybe they dominate their group, and then they get on the upper bracket, You end up playing a Liquid or something like that. The next thing you know, you're in the semifinals. You're like one game away, from making it.
Yeah. I mean, VP can be very strong.
Yeah.
I feel. No.
Okay. And then only 2 of these teams will make it. The rest are sent home. No tickets, no hotels, no nothing. Then just ship you home. And then the real TI starts. But this year is going to be a little bit different, because the timing and how long the TI is. How do you think that now we have to prepare, or how will teams prepare for a longer TI with more breaks in the middle? Do you think it's good for the show, bad for the show, good for the teams?
I mean, I think it's really rough as a player. That's all I can say. My memory of TI is, you win your slot at the international. It comes with an experience too, like you're, at the very least, you're also an attendee of the event. Quite often, I mean, I would say players got this nice experience of like, whoa, it's organized, it's a nice hotel. Things you need are taken care of, and if you need help, there's a help desk. They usually won't say no to anything. Now I feel like they just want to maybe get rid of you. I mean, I don't want to put it like that, but that was sometimes the experience we got at TI10. It's like, don't come to me with your shit, And when I started, like 3, 4, 5, it was magic every time. And now I just feel like maybe the magic is less or dampened, or like there's this vibe about it, and I feel like it comes a lot from not the young players, but now that it's a tournament organizer, Valve is less involved, and it's I don't know, I don't know if it's disorganized or if they're trying something that's actually really good, but to me it sounds like not many people are happy about it, and I don't really see that many of the upsides. Some people are talking about what you can do in a studio in Norway and whatever with what they're doing, but I just have the info that I have from Twitter. So if that's the case, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's received well for good reason too. But let's see. I mean, I would hate to be one of those qualifier teams going there, playing 4 days and getting knocked out, and then not getting to watch TI, see TI, and whatever. Yeah.
It's been really weird because I think at one point, like, TI was a celebration of the game with the celebration of the players, with the celebration of the developers. And kind of like fans were also invited to join this party, the birthday party. But now it really doesn't feel like TI is for the players. Players are competing, but the show is not for them anymore. We have less tickets for the finals, and we have no tickets for the days that we're not playing for TI. And the tickets are very reduced. So it's not like you bring your family and you have 2 weeks with them or a week with that. It's more like you're here to compete. And if you're competing and you're on the stage, your parents get to see you. And then there's going to be less, obviously, Valve employees because it's not in Seattle. So it really means that it's more like a show for the people and less of a celebration of our game. And this year, they've made so many weird decisions. We've been fighting with them for so many things. The flights, the hotels, they're only, like, you have to leave one city and come back to the same city. So, for example, some of our players will go from the bootcamp, which was in Lisbon, but after TI, they cannot go home. They have to go back to Lisbon and then go home because they're not allowing, like, multi-city travel. So you go back and forth. And because we're bootcamping in Malaysia, then they're not sending us back to Europe, They're sending us back to Malaysia. so strange, and we literally fighting with them the whole way through. And I have something that I want to put in the universe, and I don't know if we should talk about it right now, but I heard there's no true sight this year.
Yeah, I heard that too. Maybe it was from you, but
Man, this would break my heart, man.
Yeah.
Actually,
it would maybe
this
also
would
be
actually break my heart.
it would just be a sign that maybe things are changing.
I'll pay money. I'll pay money to help them. Oh my God, Valve, what are you doing to us? Honestly, like, I don't know, man. Like, so I tried League.
You what?
For the charity thing. Dota is the best game out there. It is the best game, like by far the best game. I'm not even kidding, man. Like
The transcript
seriously.
of what you just said would look so fucking funny. I've tried League. Dota is the best game ever.
It is the best game out there, but man, like, can they try? Can they start trying? Like seriously, like it's not gonna be the best game forever, and eventually, I mean, I feel like it's gonna die if they. The only reason why it's alive is because of how good of a game it is and how good of a community it is, honestly. But I don't know if these things can stay forever. And at that point, I don't know what like. I wish that Valve would capitalize on how good of a game it is.
Why do they care about
it's really starting to kill me.
They
Man.
have the capital already, bro.
It's actually like I felt like a lot of people were complaining, and sometimes it was fair, and sometimes it wasn't. Like over the years, I feel like we're at a point right now where it's outrageous. Honestly, I don't know. It's so demoralizing. And I don't hate Valve by any means. Like I like them a lot, and I've always trusted them a lot. But I'm losing some of this trust. I'm not gonna lie. Over some other recent things. It does feel like more and more that they really don't care. I didn't really believe it. I felt it was like poorly handled, and that they were, so the speech that they gave at the first TI was like, hey, we do this because out of passion, kind of like we're not esports specialists and we don't intend to become such. We make games and we focus on making the best game possible, and then we'll try our best with the rest, which, you can't blame them from not doing. I mean, they did great overall, and for the things that they kind of messed up, it was fair. I mean, they kind of, when you listen to their position, it's like, well, fair enough, maybe you can. And they were looking for feedbacks, like, how can we do better? It's like, okay, awesome, they're trying. But I don't buy that anymore. It feels like they're not even trying anymore, and that really silenced me, I'll be honest. I wish something could be done about it. But what's weird is that I feel like the game is at the best it's ever been in terms of mechanics, accessibility, in terms of cool features. Like, I'm thinking, because the comparison I drew with League of Legends, it was not only gameplay, obviously, but it's mostly like also features in the game. Chat wheels, replays.
Yes.
It's
a fantastic engine. That's what's kept. I mean, that's what I've been saying.
It's amazing.
What kept Dota like on top for those 10 years or more. So again, there's not been advertisement done for Dota ever. By Valve anyway. Like maybe by other people, never. So it also goes to show like how you go about things and how you're also going to succeed. And I think Dota succeeded through the word of mouth and just having the best engine, having the best product. Because if it wasn't for this, I think there's many reasons why people would, quit and not come back. But the product is so fucking good that you can't stay away from it. And that's great. And that's awesome. Maybe what you're saying, like, I think a lot of people feel that way. I personally do miss some of the older things about Dota, like also how some of the patches were very dramatic. But that's not to say that the game has gone and become not Dota. It's still amazing. I mean, I'm having so much fun. I haven't played, but I'm watching. I'm having so much fun watching.
It's also... I'm trying to think from the new player's perspective, and you guys had Grubby the other day, and I'm listening into a lot of the clips I find, sometimes tuning in his stream, because I think it's very refreshing seeing somebody's fresh outlook on the game. And he makes a lot of good points, and I think there's a lot of feature that he appreciates that we forgot to appreciate, and that are amazing when you think about it. And when you try other games, they're not there.
I mean, anybody I think that has played competitively any other game, like a video game, if they get into Dota and they see what we have, like how we can use our console and how we can demo and how the replays work and how things are actually functioning. Like, it's not like we have a replay system that's bugged. I've heard about that both in League and in Counter-Strike, that they have all kinds of funky shit that they have to navigate through to just watch a replay. Like, I heard that in Counter-Strike they couldn't rewind. So if you watch that moment, you'd have to go fucking back, restart the replay, go back to this moment, and don't, like, yeah. It's kind of intense, you know? So yeah, maybe we take that for granted too. Like, but man, I just wish, because these things are all tied together, right? Like, new player experience. Well, let's get more new players. Let's make it nice. You know, we have a great product. Okay, competitive experience, competitive like view on things, and truly what Valve also says to players when you get to TI, that you are the scene, you are what makes the history, you're also what makes the longevity of the game. You know, people are here playing, watching also because of you, as you know, each professional player who makes this happen. But right now it feels more like just words than also, you know, action. And I don't think anybody means bad with anything. Like, as a general, that's a very general philosophical statement, but like, Valve is not trying to harm people, but at the same time, it's like they have a lot of responsibility now, or maybe they didn't ask for this, but they do, because a lot of people just live off Dota, you know? It's their full life, it's their living, it's what they spend their time on and resources. And when Valve as the game developer doesn't receive that and is able to kind of give those people who spend their whole life something to spend their whole life doing, then I think a lot of frustration will get built up. And I think that's also what we're seeing, right? It's like people are working harder than the company in regards to some things. I'm not saying that people are making the best product, because that's them and that's what they're doing, but the esports scene and something about the experience and stuff, you know, people are making tutorials, people are making guides, people are making like even advertisement. Shouldn't Valve be doing all this also? I'm not saying they should do it exclusively, but obviously they should, right? It is actually them that should be doing it first. So obviously it's frustrating. It's like having a mom or dad and they don't cook, you know, and you're still a child. It's like, shit, you should be feeding me, you know? And I just feel like it's their responsibility to also do these things, you know? Advertise for your game, make sure that the pro scene gets what it needs and so on.
Yeah, I mean, it should be.
So I want to figure out a lot of the things that we're talking about. We already talked about it in the past, but I would say let's try to put new words. What would it mean for Dota not having true side?
For me, I think it's one thing is you're changing a ritual, which can be good, can be bad, but I don't see a reason why you want to change this right now. You know, I think with the prize pool decrease and no true side, the only way I can read into it is like confused, and maybe now you care less, because I also saw the statistics, like every true site, you have an influx of players. This is as close as they get to advertisement. It's how they advertise, right? It's prize pool, it's true sites, and maybe something else, but that's about as far as they go. No real advertisement, but just this. And now you're taking this away. Why are you taking it away? Are you replacing it with something? And wasn't it a success? So yeah, it leaves me just confused and thinking maybe there's like another reason that they're canceling it. Like maybe they don't care anymore. Maybe they don't have the energy, you know, or the passion to go through with these things. Or maybe there's a very legit reason and I just don't know. Like that actually has something to do with still growing Dota. But yeah, I'm sad hearing it. Very sad.
So to tease something, I don't know if, again, how much we'll talk about it, but we are right now doing another OG documentary, and it takes an infinite amount of time and passion from everybody. It is very time consuming because you obviously become such a huge part of your organization and your story and your fans, and people will scrutinize what you do, that it truly is not even about money. It's all the time that we're going to have to put about it. But it's like you said, are you telling me now that this is not a priority anymore? Which is why you're not doing it. Because in a way, it's the best. As a Dota player that doesn't play every day, True Sight is one of the most important moments of the year for me. Even though I haven't seen this one, you know? Because it's the time where I get to reconnect and understand the teams, which is why we do Road to TI. So without that, how do you know the players? How do you get to meet them?
Yep. I think it would be a huge loss for the scene if anything, I wish we had 2 true sites, or like more than one, like something maybe not 1 hour, but like a finals from the major, like to satisfy the thirst would be amazing. But I think these are things that just help the scene also survive. Like, so again, we have a great product, but I don't think great product always just makes it. Like, we've seen that in the past, and we see it today. There's some actual great products that just don't make it. I think Dota is 10 times better than League of Legends. But why is League of Legends winning out so hard on, most other games in the world? I think it's a lot of these other things, right? It's advertisement, it's like player entry, it's incredible media and coverage that they're doing, and Dota doesn't have all that much of it. So we have TrueSight, and whenever TrueSight happens, there's the biggest influx of players that only TI brings. It's like TI and TrueSight are the only 2 big influxes of players.
I say this all the time, Johan. I know it's stupid, but the worst part about League of Legends is the game, and the best part about Dota is the game.
Yes. Yeah. I think that's it. That's it. So I don't know. I think that's where all this frustration comes from in Dota. Is like you're just feeling like, so the parent is the one who gets the electricity bills. He's the one that has to take care of the house. He's the one that keeps the roof over your head, and that's how it feels like for all of us, right? Because we are living at Valve's house, and right now it feels like, I don't want to make the analogy, but like dad doesn't care. Dad is drinking or whatever, like it's like, and you're starting to freak out. Like you have to start cooking food for yourself. You have to start doing all these things yourself. And you're like, can I pay the electricity bill or put a wall in the living room? And either dad doesn't answer or tells you read your fucking emails or like, and you have no way to like do anything. You have no way to do anything about it.
Great. The dad tells you read your fucking emails.
Read your fucking emails. And you're like, Dad, it doesn't matter. The email doesn't matter right now.
I don't know where to go from here. But Ceb, tell me about how was your experiences playing League and doing the whole marathon with Sheratora and all
that. Playing League was fun, man. It was fun because I had a coach, like I had a experimented coach, so he helped me walk through most of the things, so he made it quite easy. So that was very fun. I felt like, playing the game was fun overall. Like, it's a good game, like, but the thing is, I'm comparing a lot of things to Dota, and compared to Dota, it's not even close. But it's definitely a game I could have played if I did not know about Dota, for instance. But so I played. I was a 1v1 laning against a guy apparently that had like 700 or 800 hours in the game. The coach said, because of how the profile or whatever, and I ended up stomping him on the lane, and he left the game. Il fait que dire mi.
Au pire, tu peux aller mid à peu près avec ton personnage. En vrai.
Ah, il savent.
Ah, il y a des gens qui t'ont snipe. Allez, bro. Arrive actually Ceb. Ah mais attends, mais il y a tout le monde qui est là. Ah oui mais non mais je suis con, il y a tellement comme pseudo Ceb Dota 2 en même temps.
Ouais.
C'est ici. On dirait tellement un fake de...
Ouais.
Et puis poursuis dessus. Faut pas te peur. T'as un passif de monstre. Et là tu vas me le dunk. Vas-y.
Voilà.
Voilà, reste à terre. Pour que ton A il fasse vraiment les damages.
Ah ouais, ouais, mon A je gère mal.
Oh, il te laisse le kill, quel bro. Ouais, t'as le petit pouce en l'air. En gros, ça c'est un objet long sword. On veut Oh, ils ont abandonné. Allez, je te dis. Sur League of Legends, ça va très vite. C'est vraiment.
Ah, ils ont quitté la game là.
Ah oui, non mais.
How many buttons did you click?
I mean, not so many. I mean, some, but it's like very basic, But they're all mind blown by my last hitting, because last hitting is so easy in League. Like I was getting 100% of the last hits. And the coach, like he played pro at some point, or like semi-pro, and he was like, "Dude, you lasted almost as well as me, and that's your first game." I was like, I didn't feel like I was doing anything special. It was very easy.
Trying to kill my creeps,
Did you try to deny? How many times did you try to deny creeps?
So I was canceling attacks, and he was like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Well, I want to make sure I get the last hit." And then I started last hitting, and I realized you can't really miss a last hit
because the other guys never denied.
Unless you fall asleep, I don't see how you miss a last hit. Also because like level 1, you can, when the creep is like 1/4 HP, you can already one-shot it, kind of, like almost, maybe 1/3. Like it dies so fast. And then level 1, you press one spell, you kill like, I don't know, you kill half HP creeps. It's so easy. Like it's unbelievably easy. But there was like a lot of things where I didn't really understand. Like I feel like there's a lot of depth. If Dota players would start playing League, I think a lot of things would change.
I agree.
Because I think there are mechanics that they're not using that they should be using if they want to take it to the next level.
I think it was like 2016, like TI 6 or 7. I heard one of my League of Legends friends. He was like, "Yeah, bro, right now what they're doing is they're taking like the teleport and they're teleporting to like side lanes and split pushing." It's like, whoa! I was like, oh, okay, all right. But before
it's
that,
too much for me. I'm having a headache.
whenever I
It's too much
ask
for me.
about these concepts, like split push or brute force or like overwhelm. Like end the game kind of thing. Like people look at me like I'm so stupid. Like don't bring this shit into my game. But I think what you're saying it's true. People just don't open their minds quite often. I think it's the case for every MOBA, right?
But
Like
I was gonna say,
I mean,
I was gonna say
it was
one
the
thing.
case.
Riot actually wants the game to be played one way because at one point they start getting like a stacking of laners or a stacking mighties.
But I've heard so many different things about this.
And they
Like
didn't
some
let
people,
them.
yes, but I've heard that that's complete bullshit also from League players. I don't know what to believe.
No, but even like basic mechanics, I think there are things that they don't use that they should be using. That's how I feel. Like
I think so too. I don't know anything, but I think so too.
I think it would, but you said what you said is right. Is that this is the case for every MOBA, and I agree. And it was the case for Dota too. I think when Han players switched to Dota, a lot like Dota players became much smarter. There was a lot of things that the Han players were doing that we didn't do in Dota. And sure, we call them Han trash, but we learned from them a lot. And I think everybody improved as they made the switch. So I think when Dota players play League, it's gonna make League players smarter, and vice versa, probably. Surely, vice versa.
So Ceb, I have a question for you. If tomorrow we were to buy a League of Legends slot, how long do you think it will take you to become a competitive League of Legends player?
To like be a pro?
Yes. Like you are now the official OG player for League of Legends because that's how we're gonna buy this slot. I am only gonna buy you guys a slot if you guys play League.
If I go full on, I would say
2 weeks.
No. I think maximum 2 years.
2 years
maximum.
No, sorry, you're too old. You have to figure out. You have 6 months. What can you give me in 6 months?
No, but it's like you need to learn all the mechanics, all the situations, all the champions, or like all the items, how to itemize, how to win a match. There's so many. It's still a MOBA. Like there's like 1 million. I think gameplay wise, like okay, you give me a month and I would play one champion perfect. Like of course, but
that's
that doesn't get me anywhere.
No, that is in League of Legends. One champion gets you all. You have 3 fucking bans the whole game.
Yeah, but I still don't know my team. I don't know my team. I don't know the enemy. I don't know, like, you know what I mean? I'm just clueless. I'm just like casting my spells and stuff. So I think in order to really dominate the game, you need to know everything about it. Yeah, that takes a while. That's just time that you can't really compress,
Okay, so how long?
Yeah.
If we were to buy a League of Legends slot, as I said, it's just because if you guys commit to do this, we'll get one.
I mean, serious answer is I think in 2 years, that's like a worst case scenario. I feel like it's doable, and maybe quicker than that. But I think
after 3 days of Ceb playing League, you're gonna see him crawling up and down the wall like full exorcist, like no more.
That's possible. That is very possible.
So it's 2 years if you can survive it, and the rest of the team can survive you, which is not sure.
Yeah, it would be a lonely process. I would not want to be in a team. I would just grind.
Unless you know this about yourself at this point, you're good. Because otherwise, we're going from fucking mad to Ceb, and then fucking mad will come back.
For sure. Yeah, of course.
Like fucking mad is an evolution. You have to evolve out of it.
The fucking mad evolution. I like that.
It's the grinder, and when he's done the dirty work, then Ceb steps in.
It's really funny when I see you because obviously I've seen like different versions of you. And how now you're like the adult, loving, nurturing, forcing the team, looking at me and saying, "It's okay, Juan. I think today we're just gonna take it easy." I'm like, "Who are you? Who are you? Where is the
I
Ceb
am
that I
the
know?
fucking mad.
What is like, well, these fucking guys are not playing 15 hours like me, you know? What is that guy? I saw that guy last year."
yeah, I don't know where that guy is. He's chilling.
He's chilling.
It's good for him to chill from time to time.
Have you been playing a lot lately?
Yeah. Like when I came back from the Z event, I have. I mean, I'm setting my mind to TI obviously, and trying to have like the best understanding I can of the meta, which I think I'm almost there. So yeah, feeling the game very much right now. Everything is very clear to me.
Honest question, okay? You can tell me the truth. Nobody's listening right now. The more you play, the more you're gonna get the itch when you cannot play at TI, or you have already like framing in your mind where you know what the mission is and the mini game that you're playing.
Yeah, I'm on a mission. I actually don't. This isn't about me at all. I actually haven't even thought about that. I'm not. I think it's gonna hit me once I'm there for sure. Like seeing everybody getting hyped up, getting ready for games, and kind of being left behind in a way. That then I'm gonna be like, oh shit, that's a bit sad. But I don't feel like that whatsoever, to be honest. I'm just on a mission, as you said. I'm just thinking of the tournament, of the guys, of what is gonna be thrown at us there, and I'm just getting ready for that. Yeah.
And then we are officially or unofficially gonna try to figure out how to sneak Johan into this experience. So
yeah, we have to, of course.
Yeah, Johan. Like I'm
I don't think Valve
sure.
even gave us tickets for me to go inside, so I'm gonna be at a restaurant down the street watching on my phone. It's all good, guys. It's all good. I'll be there. I'll be there cheering. I'll scream from the outside. I'll tell you about all the food places around, by the way. Like, I will know all the Singaporean food. Like,
I'll be with you. Don't worry, bro. I'll be with you.
All of it, bro. I'm still working out right now. I'm dieting just so I can go and get fat again.
The whole Dota community has a Stockholm syndrome, actually. You know, we all get bullied for years, and we're still in this love-hate relationship. There should be like a green number. You know, we have these green numbers in France. I'm gonna call them, see what they have to say. Maybe they come up with something. I'm like, so I've been in this relationship with these persons for like 10 years now, and they've been abusing me for 10 years, and they're doing it again. I don't feel like quitting though. You know, can you help me?
Okay. So now, like, the good thing is, like, as much as we bitch, as much as we think that things are not perfect, I think this is my favorite part of the year. I can't fucking wait to see these teams battling each other. And I hope that I can make it to the arena as well, even though I don't have tickets. But this is like Christmas. And it is starting to feel like Christmas, you know? I see the boys there in Malaysia, and I see all the screens we're actually playing right now. And it is starting to feel like Christmas. Is it feels for you the same thing?
Yeah, of course. This is the best time of the year by far. It's gonna be... Oh, it's gonna be a Dota orgasm, or whatever you call it. You know, like over the next weeks, it's gonna be crazy. A new champion is gonna be crowned. Like, it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing.
I hope so too.
Can't wait.
Hope I get to see it.
Yeah. I'm not trying to lift Johan's spirit up. Oh well. Ceb, it was great having you here.
It could be meant in a positive light. Like, I hope I get to see it. Maybe it just means that.
Yeah. At least I'll have people to tell me about it. If I don't, you know, that's always
cool.
something.
That's positive. Yeah. That's what you want.
Well, Johan, I'll be with you out. You know, we'll do the monkey business show or a ping pong tournament or something. We
can put our phones together and make it like a really wide screen. Yeah.
Sounds like
I'm going to Singapore to watch on my phone. By the way. Yep.
Well, thank you, everybody, for being here. Ceb, it was wonderful to have you here. You're on a mission. Keep us posted. Send photos, you know, send videos for us that we'll be watching from the outside. And you know, remember that if we win, is the players. Thanks to the players. And if we lose, it's your fault. So no pressure.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
I can get behind this.
Sounds fair too. I like it. Yeah, okay.
Pressure of their shoulders. Is that what you wanted?
Yeah.
Of course. The pressure is only on Ceb, you know? He's
perfect.
Perfect.
I'll take it.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers, guys.